Good morning, everybody. Sound is okay? Good morning, everybody. Sound is okay?
Wat wil ik nemen?
I see people talk about crypto. Where's crypto red today? Oh, crypto is a bit red today. Well, it's not doing anything. Look, Bitcoin is just sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks sideways. So nothing's happening. Same with all markets. Well, from the close to today we're 4% down, so that's okay. It's not that much in crypto. Yeah. You cannot expect us to pump like 127% and no retracements. That would not be possible. So it's quite normal that we have a small retracement. Look, we have a weekly for value gap right here. We have a weekly still left up here or down here. So as long as we stay above 4,100, we're all good. We can come down to that for value gap and then continue. Anyways, still looks very bullish to me. And don't worry, I believe I feel it more than most of you in my wallet, so I'm still bullish. As long as we don't break that 4K and Ethereum, I'm keeping. Anything below 4,000, I'm taking it off. Okay, Nasdaq for today. Let's take a look. What was Friday's? Oh, I was not here. Friday evening. So we did had a bit of a pullback. 1%, okay, so not so much actually. So first thing that I see is that we actually finished off that full day daily gap and we had a small bullish reaction off of it. If we want to go lower, the next value gap, which actually the next liquidity would be here, that it could come take, but let's not get ahead of us. At this point it still looks like a bullish chart. Reason why: 1, 2, 3 down candles for 1 up. We are inside this daily for value gap still. As long as we don't breach that low, it still is a bullish setup. 4 hours the same. We came in that 4 hour for, yeah. So as long as it's not filled, so this is still that 4 hour for value gap. We did not take out the low yet. So as long as we don't take out the lows, this is still valid. Same here, we had actually a up movement and actually we came back to the lowest for value gaps, just finishing them off, and now we had a bullish reaction off of this. Now I want to see if we can continue this because we came into one. We got some reaction off of it, so everything will depend actually on how we react on this candle here. So if we just tap it and see a bullish reaction immediately off of this, we're probably going for this trendline liquidity here. If we cannot get a bullish reaction off of this and continue lower, the next liquidities would be those here. So it would be the sell side buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity. This morning. the overall trend, we can still see it's still bullish at this point. So we made a low, a high, now we're creating a low inside here, and now we should create a new high. So low, a high, low, a high, low, high, lower, high. See, we are still in a bullish momentum. So as long as we don't breach these lows, we're still in an uptrend in the 4 hour anyways. Just out this range.
Shit, maar mijn inflatie. Kleintje? Lucky.
So my legs are all warmed up from the dancing that we had on Friday, so I must say it was a long time that I moved that much. It was a fun thing for the kids. She actually enjoyed it. Very nice, I must say. The only thing is, well, I don't like what they are actually teaching our children at this point. If that was when I was young, nobody would have been watching those programs. So it was actually a festival for children too, so strange things they're teaching our children at this point, I must say. But the one that I wanted to go listen to was very good. I only had like 2 persons or DJs actually there that played some nice music. For the rest was actually more for my daughter than what was for us. But we had lots of fun, so that's the main thing. So we got about 4 other minutes before this range is starting. Let's see. Like I said, if we go down, we are inside of 15 minutes. Do we have a 5 here too? Do we have a second 5? Do we have a lower? That's quite a big one for 1 minute. Actually, if the market would actually stop right here and change direction and go back up, that would actually be perfect for us. I we're targeting this liquidity right here. We came into a nice bullish 1 hour. We came into a value gap, we came back down. We took some liquidity right here. Now back into this one, and then continuation also would be great. If we go down and we do not stop on this first liquidity right here, we probably go down all the way to here. There's nothing in between, so these were, I believe this was news, these candles here. Now that's the range that we have, about 1 minute to go. I don't see any news today, so normally we should have a quite okay trading day. Tomorrow we do have Canadian CPI, so that will definitely do something to the market. So now we tapped that 5 minute. Now I want to see if we do have a bullish reaction back off of this. That would actually be great. So if we enter this, I would enter it with a half and see if we have some form of a small retracement and then back to the lows. because we're actually inside these fair value gaps, and they can give a strong push back to the upside. We have a few above us too. Yeah, I would enter with a half and see if we have a retracement into that 5 minute right here, or the one above, and then have a continuation. We can enter the full once we see that we actually are continuing back lower. Because this is actually a halfway that range. That would be a 33 point stop, so that's for people that have $100, so that means one contract maximum. The only thing is, if we trade this, where do we take it to? We have to take it at least to down here. Now this is previous day low, so we are actually very close to this. I would enter it with a half. I would not enter a full position right here. So 10 seconds to the close. That was the close. So I want to see now if we have a small reaction back up to this profile gap, one of these right here, and then have the bearish reaction again off of it immediately. Then I want to see that, then we can enter that full position. If not, then it continues to fall, we're in it, so that's okay. But we have just as much chance right here because the reaction off of this was a bullish momentum. It's shown us that it wants to go higher. So we're actually trading against the trend right now. So keeping that in mind, if it continues to fall and London also decides to show us that it wants to go lower, we can also add a full position again on London's. So the main thing that I see it wants to take, if we do fall through this 15-minute fair value gap right here, is actually this trend line liquidity. So right here, this is previous day low, so, or previous week's low actually. In the hourly, this still looks okay. So what we do, we actually came up, but this looks likely actually like we want to change direction. So we came into a 1 hour for value gap, took some buy side liquidity, and then had actually that immediately back down. So if this keeps falling, there is a possibility that we go all the way down here. So we leave. This is TP1, so that would be how much? 1.5, so that would be 1 hour that you can take off here. So because we have a half, so that would be a half, of course. We'll see how we react, and then we can continue. Everybody understands, so I'm taking a half position on this one. For me, there's too much confirmation at this point that we actually want to go higher instead of lower. Okay, so even this 4 hour actually looked quite bullish. So now we have 2 for coming back, so we have still 3 hours in this 4 hours. So if we sweep that low and then see a continuation of that bullish sign, we probably go up to here. So this is why we took a half position. We're actually trading against the major trend at this point, so always a bit more careful then. Nonetheless, when the model shows, we do have to take it. Now actually we created already 2 fair value gaps right here, so I actually don't want to see it come back to that high. This should actually be as far as we can go. So this, we should not break this top anymore. So if we have probably if this 1 minute closes, we probably get stopped out all the way, but this should actually be a protected stop right here. We have 2 5-minute fair value gaps right here. We're creating a 15-1 at this point, so if this keeps folding, we just let it do. We do have Asia low right here, so I don't want to have a strong reaction off of this too. But this was not possible to take profits, 0.6, so once we get here and we do see very strong reaction, I'll probably let you guys put it at PE to make sure that we don't actually give anything to the market too. And now let's be patient. So if you only have 1 contract on TP1, that is actually exit then. It depends. If we do have a small retracement that we can add to this, we can actually look to trim what there then, but it depends on what the market shows us. I would never have entered a full position on this movement just because of this fair value gap right here. We're inside of 5, inside of 15, and the structure is actually looking bullish instead of bearish, so that's why. Yeah. This would be 0.7 then, something like that. If you actually had a full R added, that would be 1.4. If you only have 1 contract inside, That would be around 70. 55 points, so that's about 100. So that would be almost a 1 hour actually that you get out of this. Yeah, something like that. You can also trail stop it. I'll show you how if you want to. I would probably take the profit right here. Now this is this crucial part where we see if this held any value right here. If not, if we fall through it and we take out this low here, we will fall further, of course. This is actually what I want to see, but I need to be patient until we are there actually to be able to see it. To Anthony, I would just be patient and see how the market reacts. If you want to take profit, that's perfectly fine. So you got 1 hour out of it, at least, at TP1. Like I said, if we can add to this trade, that would be great. But we can see it just keeps slowly falling.
Ja, dat had je niet moeten doen, hè, kleine. Ja, die heeft een map op die in zijn kop gaat. Je heeft een schond van gekregen.
Oh. You can put your stop even to that soft stop right here. Reduce another 5 points. If you go through all of these two stacked 5 minutes, that doesn't look good at all. Well, we still have about 2.5 minutes until this 5-minute close. Let's see what this one brings. If we do tap that one and then we had a continuation right below here, that would be a great entry point. I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, hard stop means actually that you where your stop actually is. So this should actually be now a hard stop. So hard stop is actually is actually your stop itself. So once we get to that point, you immediately end the trade. A soft stop means actually once a 1 minute candle closes above where the body closed, that means that we get out the trade. So if this would be a soft stop, that means if a 1 minute candle closes just above an inch, you close the trade actually. Strong 5 minutes. So I would prefer this next 6 minutes to see this candle come back to that low and then see that continuation. Will probably be in the last 2.5 minutes that we see what this candle actually wants to do. Oh no, I went to the bathroom, so that's why I didn't do anything. So we have here a 2 and a 3 minute for value gap. I actually want to see now how we react off of this. So if we want to continue lower, I want to prefer actually that we close, touch it, and immediately push lower. I don't want to see us like touch it and then end up above here. That means actually that these fair value gaps, that new upper fair value gaps, bullish fair value gaps were created and actually hold some value. So I want to see actually push us immediately through it. So that doesn't actually show us anything. So now we tapped that 2 minute, that was right here, very small one. If we continue lower and we go below these lows again, we had a 5 minute retracement, so we could put our stop right here then. So everything would be as good as in profit. Only would be a 5-point stop anyways then. But I do want to see us go below this low first. So 23,800 would be our target. If we have a body close below this, that would actually be a nice adding spot too, because we came into for value gap right here. There were two, but we came into 5 minute for value gap. If we have a close down below with a nice body close, we could actually put our stop right here and see how much, if you can actually add one more contract to this. That would be 23-point stops. And this is 30, so that would actually be possible. I don't want to have more than a half hour in risk at this point. So if we put our stop right here, I want to make sure that the full candle is not more than a half hour still. Yeah, now you can definitely put your stop right here. I don't want to see this come back. To close first, sell side liquidity right here. If you're in multiple contracts, I know some of you will be. This was actually 1.5 hour, so it depends on where you take profit, of course. We did take some buy side liquidity right here, a sell side liquidity. So I did want to see the full trend line liquidity being taken, but we probably have to be a bit more patient. So I don't want to see a minute close above this. If we do have a minute close above this, just get out the trade. So this was actually adding, if you want to add, in 1 second right now. stop should then be fully here at that soft start 23,823. We do not, I repeat, we do not want to come above this anymore. That was a way too nice 15 minutes back to that low, so we created a new so we can come back up to here inside this value gap right here, the 15, but I do not want to see us come back up to that high. If you enter the second position, it would look something like this actually. So together this with the previous, that's 39 point stop, with the other one should not be that more than a half hour still. So you only have at risk a half hour. I believe, yeah, your entry would be somewhere here then instead. Instead of here, I believe it would be here completely. If you just take the TP1, that's okay too. If you want to take out both to TP1, that would be together a bit more than 1 hour. So the reason why I don't want to see us come back up to that high is we actually swept liquidity. So this value gaps did not hold anything. We did take some sell side liquidity by sell side, and we took out the session. So we can have a strong reaction off of here. So I do not want to see us come back up to that high. That's the reason why. So anybody that had made his trading plan should also be inside where you take profit. So make sure that you keep to your own promises where you take profit. So we are heading for TP1, so SL at 23.823, yes. With adding, I am at 1 hour. What did I do not correctly? This should be 39 point stop, and that's a 6. So you got to measure. So if you have 39 point stops, so 39 x2 should be 78, and 5 x2 is 10. Yeah, that should be around 80 or 90 dollars that you should be at. Yeah, if you cannot keep it to the half hour, you should not add. So keep that also in mind. So if you're not able to maintain the half hour, you shouldn't, best of all, not have added at all. So it depends on how much your hour collection is. So if you are unable to keep it to a half hour, we don't add. Maybe that I should have said before we added. If you're in it, just let it be. Just let it do its thing now. So we add and we only have a half hour at risk, if I only want to have half hour, yeah, I can measure how much this is, but this is 39 point stop. So if it was all the way up here, that was only a 28 point stop, so that would be much better. So the next 5 minutes or something like that, I do want to see this candle go back lower. How this hourly closes will tell a lot too. If this comes all the way back up to like halfway, yeah, we'll probably go higher then.
Nice rapier.
So we now came into that for value gap again. If we can tap this, I do want to see a strong reaction off of it immediately again. Well, inside of 5 minute too. Now, if we break that low again, you can all put your stop down at as high. It depends on the minute how he closes, if he closes back lower, and the next 5 minutes closes below that wick right here, this one, and it shows us that it actually wants to continue, and our stop can be right here then. Hope you all had a great weekend, by the way. How was Friday afternoon session? Anybody traded it? Actually, I have no idea how the market went. So if now this candle here closes below that wick, that would be actually a nice movement. And we can see had retracement, came into it, had pulled back down. Same here, we created for value gap, we touched it, and now I want to see this candle or the next one close lower again. So again, for anybody that's still not know, stops are being moved already to this high. So make sure if a 1 minute candle closes above here, I want you all to exit the trade. The next 5 minutes will definitely show already what it wants to do. But then we have that close of that hourly too. So this hourly close is below here. We're good. Kan ook zeker worden. And now all we can do is, of course, be a bit patient, see what brings. Hope everybody is still journaling and making sure all notes are in your trading plan, making sure that everything, all emotions that you ever created or are active while you're trading, that they are measured, and that you actually watched your journal yourself today or yesterday, or this weekend at least, to take a look and which trades went actually good, which did not go as good or as planned like it should be. Was it because we did a human incorrect move, or was it just the market that did not want to show us what it wanted to give? So that is not a human mistake, of course. That's just what the market will do. But we need to go over all the trades actually and then take a look. Which one went great? Did we move our stops too soon? Did we leave everything where it was? So by just adjusting 1% for yourself and what you could have done differently can actually make a different outcome. And if you do this weekly by re-watching your trades that you did and going over them one by one for yourself and see if there was anything we as human did incorrect of our trading plan. If that is the case, then we should have make sure that we don't do that again, of course. But you cannot do that if you don't look at your journal. So it's okay that you journal, but it's even better that you actually watch your trades too. Which one could have done a lot better, or is it actually none of us that could have done anything about it? So that's a good trade, even if it's not a positive trade. If we followed a plan from start, from A to Z, fully, we have a good trade. It doesn't matter the outcome. It matters that we actually followed that plan. If you did not follow a plan, it should be also in your journal. And if you have actually made it a whole week without adjusting anything to your plan and actually following fully through, I hope you guys at least made yourself a treat for this weekend, that you have gotten something out of it. So now we're exactly inside that value gap again. Okay, I preferred us to be outside, right here. So we got 40 seconds. I hope this one pushes a bit lower. If not, there is a big possibility that London will go to that soft stop. So here will be open, about 5 seconds to go. This is open. Yeah, if London comes above here, you don't want to be in this trade anyways. This was actually the 1 minute model. We swapped session, we came back, we had a change in delivery, we tapped a 1 minute for value gap, so that would have actually been a very nice 1 minute move. Wat wil jij?
Spelen.
If you did not add, this would probably be a very small stop anyways. From your entry, it's about 5 points, so. But missed my TP for about 6 points. Come on, people, seriously. Could I have prevented this? No. I I would have wanted to see it take this. These were actually equal lows. Yeah, see, these 15 minutes equal lows, and they did not take it. Why not? Market actually loves to take equal lows. We're just 5 minutes in open, so we will see what brings. If London does wants to take those equal lows, that would be our first TP. Until then, we can only be patient. Our stop is where it should be. Everything's placed, so we cannot do anything at this point. So anybody in here, do you still have fun trading? And that does not mean in a gamble way. That actually means like at a professional way. Do you still have fun in trading?
Begint de vliegjes te zien. Hè?
So now I do want to see this 5 minute close immediately below here. I don't want to see stall, I don't want to see come back up. I actually want to see it fully close below here. If we do that, we can put our stop right here. So this one would be in profit, would be at the blue candle's body. So we actually have one trade actually then, that's in not profit. The other one would be reduced completely. Actually you can do that right now. You can put your first one actually at entry. Because if we do now not continue lower, we probably will go for that stop anyways. So you can actually put your stop right here now. So first trade should be at BE, second one should be at 23.818. So you don't actually have only if you are in with a half hour here, you should actually have now exactly a bit less than a half hour at risk. I don't want to see the market come up again. So the reason why is we came up, we actually hit that for value gap, it held. So we see immediately a candle drop to below it again. If this candle does not continue right here, we actually will come back to this gap up here. And if our stop is here or here, we actually reduce another 6 points. So we don't give anything to the market. But if it does continue lower, we probably will hit our TP in about 2 minutes. We have really funny moments in trading that we don't hit out TP for 6 points. You have a good mindset, Anthony. So hold it in here yet. I put my stop at the high now of that candle, or the 5 minute candle that the opening created. Because if this one does not stay down here, so another 13 seconds, I want to see it stay down here. Otherwise it pushes up anyways to that high. But look, this one actually looks bearish again. So we came in for value gap. This candle is way bigger than the previous one, so it should normally fall lower. If it does not, we actually reduced as much as we could. To be fair, I did expect us to hit at least this one. Especially when we came on the Asia low. Normally we take out most of the liquidity. Especially if they are equal. That's something we do not see them stand or keep standing. I would just be patient. This is the less easy part in trading. Being patient while you're in a trade. But if you can, you'll get there. Step by step. Dat moet je zeggen van mij. Het slopt al verder. Zou jij weer bij hen, het liefst bij hen doen?
Ja, mocht ik die ILM kunnen doen op de 15 minuten, maar dan ga ik het wel niet snappen. Anders ga ik de orb doen.
Controleren.
Nummer adding.
Nou, oftewel je nog gemakkelijker wil zijn, pak je de 4 uur en wanneer het een vervuiling komt, zie je terug de high target.
Ja, die andere heb ik nog niet toegepast. Hè, dus,
Die andere heb je nog niet toegepast.
die heb ik nog niet gedaan. Hè. Maar je was nog niet zeker van
So I unfollow all my gurus at social media that tells me that I'll be a millionaire at 1 month, and I accepted the truth that I won't have a paycheck for my first week of trading and get it. Yeah, 100% true, man. Anyway. This acceptance fixed my psychology. Yeah, very good. Happy to hear this actually, because anybody that tells you you're going to be a millionaire, well, if you have $500,000, you can become a millionaire very fast. If you don't have it yet, it's just a slow process for everybody. You can be a gambler and you can take trades every time, and you can give a heck a lot of to the market then. I've been there, I've done it, and I don't want to, and I actually don't want you ever to do that. So it's not something. Look, when I started trading, I didn't follow anybody, and my trading skills were half from what they're now, and actually, it was better. You don't need to know a lot, you just need to follow a plan through and through, and I was following that plan then, and I wasn't listening to anybody, and all the time, most of the times I was correct, sometimes I wasn't, but it helped a lot. So the smartest thing that you have done at this point, Anthony, is actually get out of the people that tell you you'll be rich without a week, people that are making 15,000-20,000 per trade. Yeah, ask them if they are trading, how long have they been in the game? They have been trading for 5 years plus, or just a month, or how much money do they have? So it depends a lot. So if you see somebody trade with $20,000, have a $20,000 payout, they do already have some capital in the game. It will build up the capital, and that is when you get big payouts. Yeah, it's trading is not an easy game. Look, you have to have confidence. Still, now the market did not show us immediately it want to go down. We're inside this trade, and we have to have confidence that the market or gives us a full TP, or it does not give us a TP. But we need to be happy. This was a good trade. No matter what, this was actually a very good trade. Anybody can tell us it wasn't. But actually for me this was a beautiful trade. We came in, we followed our plan, it came down, the markets, it showed us it wanted to go lower, it took some liquidity, and at this point it's still hanging around here. So at this point it still looks like it wants to go lower. But we have to be patient and trust the plan. Yeah, if you make a million, Anthony, before the end of the year, you'll be happy too. Doesn't need to be in a month. Say even that you only make like 15,000 by the end of the year, and then monthly after that you make around 5 to 15,000 a month. You'll be very happy. The good thing in trading that you can scale it very fast. Once you have the skill and the psychology is gone, you don't feel anything about that anymore. You have earned the skill then to learn to trade. Yeah. I know. You see it too much on your screen otherwise. And believe me, it imprints a lot of strange thoughts. So this is why they actually built a television. So they want to tell a vision to you and make sure that you follow their vision. So it tells themselves, so it's tell a vision. So you can put it outside. So this is the same what YouTube does. They're telling their vision and they want to sell you something so that you follow them. Or you can be just honest and then you don't have as much followers and people actually have slow. Yeah, that's what it actually says it, so nobody even knows the language anymore. So this is the highest I want to see it come. This is the 3 minute for value gap. We are now inside, so we have been here 1, 2, 3 times touching it. Now I want to see it go down. If not, that will be our stop, of course. So the only thing that we can do if we are inside, if we are trading, is follow a fully functional plan, that you test it for yourself, that you know it works. I hope you all are at least testing it already, that you can see it for yourself over multiple days, weeks, that it works. So if the week sometimes does not go correctly, that you actually see that it works. And if you have not written down yet where to take TP, also write that down. I want to take TP at 1 hour, I want to take TP at 1.2 hour. It doesn't matter, just make sure it's in the plan so you can follow it. I believe this was 1.2 that we got done today. 1.28. Oh, that's sad to see. This will probably be our stop. So in these 3 candles actually nothing showed me that we want to go up, because this one closed back inside, this one was smaller, so we did sweep liquidity of course, but nothing in these 3 candles actually showed us that we want to go higher at this point. For me, it still looks like it wants to take out this low at least. In the 15 minute anyway. In the 5 minutes it's sideways movement. No action. So the reason why I put your stop right here is actually because I don't want to see the market touch that high anymore. If it goes above here, it comes definitely to this gap here. I'll repeat why actually, because we came into this gap, we closed, so we should be able to close just at a level one more time, but that would be it. But these candles actually do look like it wants to take a bit more height. So we got about 50 seconds. This one will tell us in 50 seconds. Even though if you do feel some emotions now, also write down which ones, because I know it comes close to our stop sometimes, but our stops are there for a reason. It protects our capital, first of all. Make sure that we are a longer time in the game and we can actually constantly stay in the game of trading. Because if you can actually hold a full, say that you are on a propfirm, you should be able at least to keep that full propfirm for above more than 1 month. If you can do that, you're actually quite a good trader already. Believe me, most of the people actually buy two combines or something a week, so without taking profits. If you can hold it for at least 2 months without giving that $2,000 that you get as test money to the market, that means that you actually have a good strategy, that you actually have confidence in what you do, and that you don't overtrade. So those habits are the most important. If you can keep those up, you'll make it in this game. This is why I started with psychology and not with charting. Charting you can you can learn while you're watching me, so it's the easiest way. But psychology I cannot teach you. I can show you how it works, but I cannot teach you that. That you have to learn. This is why I started with that part. It's the most important anyways. Anybody here that read the book Best Loser Win already? Or read it? Or listen to the audio version that I have on Discord? If so, or the Kindle version that I had on Discord, you have to read it too. It's no audio version. If you have, or if you haven't, go read it. It's actually one of the best books I've actually ever read it on trading. And I've read a few. I think I'm now on about 15 to 20 books that I read it about trading. They'll teach you something, but the most value you get if you're in the game itself. As long as you have a plan and you can follow it and you keep strict to it. It's okay if you haven't read it yet. Just keep time. Make that your next How the Best Loser Wins from Tom Hugert. It's on Discord, Anthony. Aaron.
He knows which one.
Read it at your night shifts. Read in the weekends when you have mechanical work to do. I don't have anything to do at that point. Nah, he doesn't have an audio version yet. I wanted to look for it, but it was a Kindle version that we got for free. So once you buy the book, actually, there is inside a Kindle version that you can download to take it with you. So I gave you guys that version. But you do need the app to read it. So I don't have the app, but I believe the app is free, so anybody can actually implement it easily. I just don't like reading on the screen, so I prefer the book with the papers. I'm actually not sure if he has one. Let's take a look. We have it. Oh, he does have it. $22. Well, maybe I'll buy it for everybody, so that you actually all listen to it. I'll keep my word. I'll buy it today and put it in. I'm not sure. Can I share this? Once I have it. It's 6 hours length. Or maybe I can record it when it's playing off and share it in group. This would be a way to do it. So if you had faith and you're still in this trade, congratulate yourself. We still did not do anything. We're still at the same pace. So I'll give you an example now. So if the market actually did want to push up higher, it actually should have done it immediately once this liquidity was swept. So we did not. We actually are building up multiple liquidity at this point. So if this falls and goes below, we're good. So that means that we probably will even take out New York session, previous session. Does anybody know if you buy an audio version that you can share it? If so, let me know. Because actually I have no idea if you can.
Oké, dingen doe je dat ook? Zo'n coppie.
What does that mean?
Ja, en heb je dat al geprobeerd? Gewoon een keer. Je kocht daar toch een ding?
Ja, oké, en de kocht en dan om een abonnement te einde.
Nee, het was maandelijks of zo.
Mijn kaart was niet geladen toen. De eerste niet kunnen afpakken, dus die hebben mij geschrapt.
Ja. Nou, ik kan er ook iets van maken. Hè? If everybody gives some likes here, I buy it for you. Okay. Get me to. Ja, hoeveel likes wil je?
So here you can see that we actually have nothing to say on the market. We can just follow the plan itself, because I actually believe that we were gonna stop right in this candle, and you can see the market still decides what it wants to do. We can just follow a movement itself, and then we can actually start reading candles. But if we do sideways movement, it's less easy to read them. They do hold, so we came in for value gap, they held. We didn't create a new one, so at this point actually it still looks it wants to go lower. But until it does, we just need to be patient. And if you hold through all of this and you can control yourself without having any feelings, without taking profits, without doing anything, just sitting there behind the charts together with me, having peace, you're there. Then you mastered yourself. Congratulations if you can. This is the less easiest part in trading. Master yourself. I actually find it funny saying this, because I've never learned it that way. I actually learned charting first, and mastering myself came along. I mastered myself the most through my kid, actually. So TP1 is still those equal lows. If you have multiple contracts and we do see a huge flush, you can hold to the next liquidity pool. That would be right here. That would be this low. So we actually had a close to the outside, so that actually means that London's orb close to the downside. Yeah, it was actually a very, very close, but actually London just close to the downside too. So this actually shows us that London does normally wants to continue. I cannot say it's 100% security, but it does extra, gives us an extra confluence actually that the market does want to continue lower. Yeah, you can actually put your stop now to the high here if you want to, of London's orb itself. So that would be 23,860. It's not much, it reduces a point or two, three. If you are in with 2 and you add it, that would actually be the stop where I put it now. That's the top of that orb range. If the market does want to continue lower, we should not come back up to that high. There's no reason for it. So again, for anybody that did not hear it, you can move your stops to here. The orb range of London itself. $15 or $16, depends. Because if it takes out that high, it probably will take out this high too. So this reduces not much, but every point that it reduce it. And now again, let's be a bit more patient. This was not a fast rate. It's 20 before 10. Oh my god. Did not even see the time. So we now filled up this 5 minutes. In the next minute I do want to see us actually come back to the low. So London Orb, if you would have had 50%, that would have been a not win immediately right now. So you can see that anybody that teaches 50% is actually not the best option, not even for London straight 2. If there are for value gaps, look, there's one just above here. We always take this high then, so I put it even a little bit higher. We closed this completely. We closed it here, so every fair value gap is actually tapped or as good as fully closed. But we can see here we are actually ranging at this point, so we're going sideways. And this is why our orb trade is a bit less fast today. It's just because we are going sideways. We need that continuation movement, of course.
Ben je weer wakker?
I'll be getting off in about 20 minutes. If the market does decide to go lower, probably in the next 20 minutes it will show us its hand where it wants to go to. At this point, the down candles still are bigger than the upper candle, so for me it shows still that there is strength and a little bit more downside. But in this 1, 2, 3, 4 hourly that we just had, we are just sideways movement, so it's best of all, if you're in a trade, to just let the trade do its thing and don't touch anything, because this is actually a part where people give a lot to the market. Here they think they want to go higher, here they think they want to go lower, here again higher, and this could actually give an account immediately back, so we don't want to do that. I know all of you have felt it this way, or most of the traders have actually experienced it when the market is doing this, that you actually have had less control over yourself at that point, and then started trading short, started trading long, started trading short again, with no idea why actually when you were done with it. I can be honest, I've done it before, so I know how it feels. Once you have a plan, you just follow that one, it's easier. Then you don't have to think about what the market actually does. You just actually set your stop, you set your TP, and just say, okay, I'm done for it for the day. So if you were only in with one contract, or still with the first contract, you're actually in at BE, so this is a risk-free trade. If you added the second one, you should be at least with maximum a half hour at risk, even a bit less. So no matter what this trade does now, actually, it's a perfect trade to done. Fully follow the plan, fully follow the rules that we should have done, reduced when it needed. The only thing the market did not want to do is take that first TP. And there is no way we could have known that it would just take these two. Even though a 4 hour was here. We took 3-4 hours, but this was just actually these doubles. So, and 15 minutes actually hold a lot of value, so I believe actually, even it's 30 minutes. So it's not only 15, it's a 30 minute too. But if you were okay with just 1.2 hour, you could have taken profit right there. After we swept Asia low. So this would have been a full fail off on this LORP. So anybody still holding? Congratulate yourself again, because you actually held for more than an hour into this trade without doing anything, just sitting there. And believe me, it's not easy. So some people think it's easy just sitting there and doing nothing, but most of the traders cannot even do this. So this is actually why only like how many percent, I believe 7 or 8% is profitable, and of them only 2% actually make a lot of money. The rest actually makes good money, but about to 7. But there's only like 2 to 3% that actually make huge amount of money. And it has nothing to do by being smart or not smart. It only has to do with how good you can follow something and keep repeating it. So we close the cannon, 15 minutes, I can see actually, look, nothing happened. So an hour of sideways movement. Now one candle showing us anything different than just it wants to do nothing. But the hourly does look nicely. So the less easy part is of course when I get offline and then you have to do it by yourself, but maintain the same feeling that you have now, just easy, chill, calm, relaxed. And if you can't watch the chart, don't do it. So just let go of the chart at that point. Your stop is placed, your TP is placed, and one of them will get hit anyway, so if you don't have the experience yet to keep watching it without somebody helping you along, just do it that way. Close the books, be done with it. I'll do the same in about 10 minutes anyways. And I haven't even taken a trade yet. I believe 8 more weeks. Yeah, 8 more weeks. And I can start joining again. I'll be happy. So for anybody that does not know yet, because I'm teaching bootcamp at this point, I asked all of my students to do actually one strategy, and I'm actually implementing the same at this point. This is why I'm not trading orb until actually the 12 weeks are past. But how many are we in the stream today? Still with 12 people in the stream, so if 10 of you can give me a thumbs up, I'll buy the best loser ones. An audio version and record it. It only takes about 6 hours anyway, so I can give it to you by tomorrow morning then. I'll just listen to it. It's up to you guys if you wanna have it. It will be put in Discord, so you can get it in Discord then. So you don't need to buy it. So under the, I'm on 1 at this point, a thumbs up. So on the left side you can actually
is just...
Yeah, everybody is pressing the heart on the side, so I understand that one, but there is a thumb that you can push up. It's like and unlike, so it actually likes. Yeah, I believe so too, Lev. Cap, I can only ask. Let's see how many people actually are doers too. We're in here with 13, so we can actually get to 10 easily. There are only 2 or 3 people that do not need to listen. And my wife was number 1, so she is the first one pressed it. Not sure if I refresh it. I can see how much. Oh, we're on 6 now. Okay, great. So we're going up. So we're only 4 more to go.
Not like that.
That was actually a good one. We're thinking about the like and like button next to the subscribe and share, right? Yeah, that one exactly. Yeah, if you refresh it, you can see how much actually are online. So I refresh the page, and I see it's now on 6. So on my side, I see 6. Look, I'll be the 7th one. If I can find it on here. No, not here. Look, I'll go to my own channel. I'll be the 7th. I even helped you guys, so we're still with about 13 people in here, so we can make it. So I'm 7. So we need 3 more.
Now everybody gets 4 more.
We're on 8.
8.
So 2 more. I'll show you that I bolted this in a minute.
To leave about how many minutes? Give them some FOMO.
Nice one, guys. So 2 more. If you're in the Discord, you get the audio version for free. I'll record it myself and make sure.
10.
That's 10. Well, we got it. Perfectly.
So 1 more, come on.
No, I said 10, that's okay. So I buy the audio version in a minute after trading. I'll show you the purchase, and then afterwards I'll make sure I'll record it and send it in group.
Yes, 12. What is the next thing? This happens.
This works.
This really works.
Nah, I just want to help you guys, so it saves you guys what, $20 or something like that? Yeah, about $20. So I wanted to have the audio version anyways. Some people waked up at this point. That's good. Got your attention. Oh, if you're not in a trade yet and you would want to take another one, I would actually do not recommend to take anything at this point. You can see the market does not actually want to go up. If it should have wanted to go up, it should already done it. It does not want to sit around here for like 2 hours sideways and then take that move back up. It should have done it or immediately once it hit that low, pushed immediately back up. This hourly, actually look at this hourly. It didn't even move an inch. The first 15 minutes were just as big as the full hourly candle at this point. So So we got there, so good. Let me get my card. I'll actually pay it right now, so I remember it. I hope I'm able to upload it on YouTube. Otherwise, I'll give you the version to download it on, so that you have it on your computer. That's just a file. So we got about 2 more minutes and I will be off. I would not recommend trading this at any time. So if you ever are in need or want to trade and you have a different strategy than one that I gave here, please, I say never trade this. Actually never. This is a chopped market. This is the only condition that you should never trade. Sideways, that's okay. This is not okay. Look, even in the 5 minutes there's nothing in here. So no fair value gaps created after one, none of them. Just and this is for an hour and a half already. So we've been in here for an hour and a half and the market did not even move 10 points or maybe 20 points. Yeah. The only thing now is if this hourly closes, we actually created a huge hourly for value gap right here. So the market wants to dump immediately or it will come to this for value gap. So I cannot adjust our stop all the way back to up the highs. If we do that, it would make them way too big, especially the adding part. So even now in this hourly candle, we can see there's not much movement inside. So that means actually there are not much people buying or selling. We just had no volume. Same here, you can see constantly when we get to a height we took liquidity and it falls immediately back. So I would keep your TP open to our first TP at least, see where it brings. So TP1 would still be 23,763. Keep it there and see what happens. I wish you all a very great session left off, so I'll end the stream right now and I'll see you in the afternoon what happened. Thank you for joining, and I'll buy the book and record it as soon as I get off here. Start recording it. See you all back this afternoon.